Hi again. You know, this new world that we're entering into, that we kind of already are in, can be pretty great. Honestly, I think it's really fantastic. Um, there is a lot of ways that a lot of people have understood the world to be that weren't accepted. And there were people who would pose and try to use these understandings, these viewpoints as ways to just be another part of the system, right? To use their spiritual wisdom to exploit people. And that's fine. I mean, it makes sense in that age that we're coming out of. It was the only way to get ahead, was to cheat and lie and exploit people and gatekeep. And I love that none of that seems to be working in the same way anymore. But something also that I'm realizing is that a lot of the people who, have really strong values and stuff, and right, like are all about open-mindedness, even, are have a lot of hate for certain groups in the world. And I've been there. I've definitely been filled with what felt like at the time a sort of like righteous anger against people for, essentially not agreeing with me. But the things that I thought were so important that they were disagreeing with me on. I mean, I thought to myself, oh, how could someone be against this, right? It's a moral thing. They're against the moral thing, so they must be bad. What I didn't realize was that whole thought process, that whole conception of thinking and worrying and being concerned with what someone else was doing, that was the real sin, right? A lot of people talk about this idea of sin, and it's these whatever actions you do, and but honestly, it's more so the thoughts you think. The thoughts you think about yourself and the thoughts you think about others, because the thoughts you think about others are the thoughts you think about yourself. This is one creation. This is one being. Any judgment on any part of it is what pulls you down, is what makes it so you are unable to see things that clearly. And in this new age that we're entering into, that is going to be very important. If you have a negative conception of anyone or anything, honestly, like if you can't see a path towards forgiveness and equalization and a way to come together, even, then things won't be easy, right? We see already, right? Sure, of course, everything about the moon, and then like now there's green fireballs in the sky. These are signs of the coming change in consciousness, and the energies that are associated with this, these stellar, celestial type energies, don't take very well to, well, I guess they take very well to people with judgments. Essentially, these stellar type energies expand your being, expand your sense of self, right? If you haven't already been experiencing that cosmic conscious experience, you will be soon. And I mean, I'm sure you have. It's easy to ignore if you don't want to look at it, right? It's easy to numb yourself. It won't be as easy to ignore as much anymore. And it is useful to recognize that everyone shines a unique light. You have no idea why someone is doing the things that they do. You have no idea what their purpose on this earth is. And for anyone to think that they know that of someone else, in especially a judgmental way, is going to see that expanded. Is going to see their own judgment expanded, to see their own fears expanded, to see their own regrets expanded in the voices and the faces of everyone around them. And that's nightmarish. And I hope that people can hear that dropping judgment and regret and guilt, drop those things. They're sins, and they're going to tear you apart. It's not, once again, similar to how things were before. We're no longer the gods. I was given a message, from the stars, and I'd never seen it like this. We were here on Earth, right? Or we came here to Earth, and we crafted this place with our own mind. And then we found ourselves in these little bodies that were suddenly aware of themselves. And we thought this was us. And we looked up into the sky and we saw something great. The sun. And that became our God. The bright shining light in the sky. And then the stars at night and the moon all became our various gods and nature all around us. But the celestial beings up there in the heavens were looking down on us. And we wanted to know why. We wanted to know what they saw. So we established ourselves up in the stars, always rotating the earth. And our consciousness sits up there now with the people who are rotating the earth. But when that happened, the gods died. The new gods became humanity. Humanity looking in on itself. But now, we've gone even further. We've gone up to a place on the dark side of the moon. But behind that is greater unknown. And that greater unknown is our God now. And there's a lot of fear and darkness, but it's not actually dark, right? But just on that concept of the greater unknown. And we're being put through a sort of fire, sort of, I guess, maybe trial by fire or something, right? That fire is the fire of the spiritual dimension. And it will either burn us all up or purify us. And it just has to be whether or not there is something there to purify. Whether or not you have any conscious aspect of yourself that's truly connected to the spiritual dimension. We can't keep hiding from ourselves anymore. We can't keep pretending like nothing's going on. It's already over. It's already begun. There's this idea, right, of karma. Something people probably will be surprised to find is that when you're insulting someone, when you're thinking badly or talking badly about someone, again, you're just seeing a reflection of your own being. No matter what the actions this other person is doing, it's in your consciousness because that's a part of your greater mind. But when you single out a part of that greater mind to talk bad about, you take that karma from them. The people who are most insulted are those who are going to find a sort of liberation, a sort of freedom. and the ability to do whatever they want. When you are insulting them, you're giving them power. And you're taking that hurt onto yourself. I mean, it's a nice thing kind of on your end, but I doubt that's what is being meant to be done. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Take your eyes and turn them inward. Or, you're just going to keep walking along just like the rest of us, but your walk is going to take you into a different direction. I wish we could all walk toward this beautiful reality, but it's just not going to be the case. And we really do have to say goodbye to ourselves. Because best case scenario is that your dross is burnt off and you say goodbye to that part of you and hello to the you that you've always wanted to be, always knew that you were. Now's your chance to start living that life you want to live. 2 more days and they'll be back on Earth, but the signs are already here that things are changing. If you want it to be the end of the world, then enjoy. If you want it to be the start of something great, enjoy, right? That's the path that I'm already walking on. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with everyone. Because in that world, it's almost like everyone comes along with you. Because your conception of people becomes more and more rarefied, that through your perspective, everyone you've ever known becomes that gem, that diamond, that shines. I can be a little somber sometimes, but remember to laugh too. Laughter is so valuable to pull you out of the BS, to pull you out of the scariness, the horror in nature, to see that like nature just wants to show you that it's powerful. I don't know why, but it does. For respect, for love even too, right? New day. Sending love.